What is your drug?
Coffee.
Caffeine.
Girls.
What is happening?
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, let's not get into that. But let's get into it.
I need an explanation.
Wow.
That is so left field for you.
What the heck?
I just wanted to say a super like douchey answer.
Well, that was it.
Well, is that douchey? I feel like that's romantic too.
Let me try to turn this around.
Romantic.
Let me try to turn this around. Mm-hmm. Girls, if it's the right girl, like that could be a total weakness. Think about this.
Okay, for us, the question is, what is your drug?
What is a drug? Is something that you're addicted to,
right? So, are you addicted
drugs
to
girls?
girls?
Drugs can be bad, right? Or no, there's good drugs.
I'm not saying like
honestly. Okay,
just girls. I'm saying like girls can be a drug.
Ross, that's not what the question was. The question was, what is your drug?
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, I think if there was something to take me out of my element, right? Mm-hmm. Where, what is a drug? Drug is something like you're doing something and then your mind is like, I need this, right? Okay. So if there was like the right girl and I'm just like addicted to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it can help and heal you.
It could, but
right, because drugs also do that.
If I'm doing something and I'm just like,
I like that, Shami.
Oh my God, like I need this person or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be.
You're thinking in the addictive way, like.
Yeah, drugs can be anything that like can also help you. How Shami was saying too. Yeah, I like that thought.
But so then a girl could still work for that. Like she heal. Like if you have a really tough day at work or something, or whatever's going on in life, like your wife or your partner, could just heal you in that way.
Wow.
That's very cute.
Future wifey, you know my answer now.
We helped you get your
answer. We helped you out of that one. I think yours is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, we just said caffeine. Yeah. I knew yours, and I'm pretty sure you knew mine.
Yeah, so, I had no idea. Oh, actually, yeah, I was like, you'd probably say that. So, I mean, caffeine is addictive.
I should have said allergy medicine,
but
because that's really my drug.
Honestly,
you be on that.
I said I should have said allergy medicine because that's really my drug.
We heard you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear anything after that. My bad. Okay, guys, my internet connection's a little unstable today, similar to my mental health.
Amber's on that Chuck E. Cheese Wi-Fi today, so please excuse. That's my brother's joke.
Excuse. Yeah,
that's my brother's joke. I'm not gonna try to pretend like I made that up.
Take credit for it.
He doesn't even listen to the podcast, but he'll know you said that.
He would never
joke.
know that I stole that, but I'm a nice guy, and
he's a nice guy.
I'm giving me his credit.
Wow. You know what else is a drug?
This podcast.
This podcast.
Wow.
This podcast is Strange Flavors. This is brought to you by Alif Theory. My name is Shemer.
I'm FARAS.
My name is Amber.
And you can't send drugs via email. But you can send us your music. You can send us your questions at Strange Flavors
Your cousin
podcast.
on drugs would send great music.
Amber, I had no idea what you said because you're lagging, but I heard cousin. And if your cousin is doing some sort of the wrong drugs, we don't want him sending anything to our email. Unless it
might be laced, though. You know how, like...
Cousin on drugs would send fire music.
You know how, like, dollar bills are, like, laced with coke and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, the cousins are probably sending in laced emails.
Laced emails. Laced emails at strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com. You could also let your drug dealer know. Why is this all about drugs? I'm sorry, guys. But you can tell everyone where you can listen to this podcast. Including your drug dealer.
And your cousin's drug dealer.
Which you shouldn't have.
The cousin is the drug dealer, let's be honest. Yeah, the cousin's
probably the drug dealer.
True.
Everyone has a drug dealing cousin. Come on.
You can tell them.
That's fact.
You can listen to this podcast at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to this podcast. And speaking also of drugs, you can see the visual aspect of this on YouTube. And a lot of people do drugs where I'm at right now.
Wow.
This is true.
This
That
is
is
true. Where
very
am I?
true.
Where am I, guys?
At a
I
rave.
think it looks like
Echo
a rave to
stage.
me. Yeah, it's not like a normal concert. It looks like a rave to me.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've been to a rave before, and there was a lot of drugs. There, people were trying to give me drugs. People were asking me for drugs, and it was not my scene.
Didn't you say people were like zombies? Like,
Yeah, dude, it was scary. It was like people were just. I felt like I was in. I felt like I was alone. Like
yeah.
it was
Ooh,
weird,
I've been to one of those.
but it was cool. It was
Partook.
like, it's like it's almost as if I'm the one on drugs, because
Yeah,
everyone else
'cause you're
is like,
so out of place.
Yeah.
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 I feel you on that.
And you can also find us on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But, guys,
At Strange Flavors.
that's Strange Flavors. Sorry, I forgot because I was just so.
You were
excited.
high.
I was high and excited for this transition. You know what else tastes like drugs?
What?
Bobber Bagel and Cassie Cupcakes, because they are the supporter of this amazing podcast at Strange Flavors. Thank you guys for your monthly contributions. You have gotten me to go to this concert. It is COVID free. Everyone got their checks.
It's incredible that your noise canceling headphones and mic are doing such a great job of blocking out all the music and crowd noise.
dude. It's doing so well, and I'd like to thank Cassie's Cupcakes and
You
Bobber's Bagel.
couldn't afford them without Bobber's Bagels and Cassie's Cupcakes
Facts.
giving
And-
their donations to Strange Flavors.
Yeah,
Town.
and I'm just going everywhere with their
Wow.
donations. And if you'd like to see me all over the globe, in the universe, you can also support this podcast. That's probably not a good sell for this podcast, right?
Yeah, it's like, why do we want to see Shimmer at all these places?
Yeah. We want to see ourselves in those places.
No, because they're listening to it knowing that Shimmer's on it, so that is a good sell.
But the listeners can't see it. But they know. They can imagine.
But they know.
But they-
Yeah, but they know.
But if it weren't for the donations, you wouldn't be able to have such great quality. Then the listeners
Yeah.
wouldn't have that same experience.
And I wouldn't be as
It'd be like,
happy.
if we had more donators to this podcast, I could get off this janky Wi-Fi.
Oh, true. Buy
So-
Amber a new router. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
it'd be amazing. And
Yeah, let's
So
do
help
that.
us out. Give me some better internet, and maybe we'll have a more smooth sailing podcast.
you can do that by going to the link down below in the description. And yeah, you can be part of Strange Flavors Town.
Wow.
If you would also like to support us, we have also a cultural comedy channel, also known as Rono Pono,
Acha.
where we make cultural comedy videos, and they do pretty well online.
They do.
And you can become a monthly patron and get exclusive content. Get a lot of exclusive stuff,
That's
including
amazing.
even exclusive Zoom call.
And early access to music videos, the Discord.
extra vlog footage,
Yeah.
all that
Wow.
stuff.
There's so many great things happening on that Patreon.
And we
It is
actually
like
list
OnlyFans, but for Rono Pono fans.
we actually list our Big Baba patrons at the end of our videos, thanking them as producers. So
Yeah.
if you want to be on that, check it out. We love our patrons, and and we love that they're giving us the ability to think down the road of what we want to do with
Bigger
all
ways.
of our
Yeah.
media ventures.
And we just like to thank you guys for, buying merch and stuff on ronopolon.com. We do have the Bon Hub collection.
Bro, they've been going crazy on the Bon Hub merch. It's so nice
Crazy.
to see that. You guys,
Yes.
people buying from all over the world.
Yeah, insane.
Literally. It's amazing. People
amazing.
gifting it to their friends. Love
Yeah.
to see. I love those because sometimes we'll get messages like, "Hey, I'm getting this for my whatever friend, boyfriend, whatever. Like they love you guys."
Cousin.
Yeah,
No.
but like that's so cool to see that like, oh, this person would like this gear, and so they're surprising them with
Yeah.
it, and just reading that stuff is like so awesome to see.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. So you guys write into us pretty often on our IG and on our email. So let's read something that was sent into our email recently. This is from, I'm gonna say Uvidu. I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Uvaidu?
Actually, they
Uvidu.
said it at the bottom.
Uvidu, right? Uvido?
Uvido.
Uvidu.
Uvidu.
Okay.
Uvidu.
Uvidu says, "Hey guys, I love the podcast. Been following Ronopono for a while now and love the content. I have a question for the podcast. Do you guys have a white pronunciation and a brown pronunciation for your names, or know people who do? Here's mine." Okay, so he actually says it. Or she. Is it? I don't know. The white one is Uvidu, and the brown one is Uvidu. So Uvidu or Uvidu? I don't know. Uvidu.
Uvidu.
Maybe that.
Uvido.
Yeah, so they're asking if we have white and brown pronunciations for our names. So I guess, yeah, like when the substitute teacher or like when a new teacher calls you, like, well, Amber's is obviously, she's not going to have a single problem with that.
Yeah.
Well.
Except from brown people.
Well.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
well?
We pronounce Amber as Umber.
No, you don't. You've never called me Umber a day in your
Not
life.
we, but like brown people.
He's saying like brown people often.
Yeah. And that
pronounce
to
that.
me came off weird because I was around white people mainly for like the first 10, 12 years of my life and didn't even have family in America at that time. So even my parents would call me in the same way that my school, they say it with like an E, they're like Umber, right? But then like other people came around, they're like, oh, you're Umber. And I was like, yo, don't tell me what my name is. Like I was getting like upset about it. And so that's why it bothered me. I was like, hold on, you don't get to come up in my life and tell me what my name is. But it does have an Urdu name with it.
I find it kind of annoying when people get really offended about their name, like being mispronounced or something, or like someone shortens it. Just like I guess it depends on the individual. If you really find a lot of like, you know, if your name means a lot to you, that's okay, that's fine. But like for me, like if my name was Matthew and someone called me Matt, I wouldn't be like, yo, it's Matthew, bro. Like,
Well, those are obvious ones, right? So like,
but but like people
recently
don't know
when
that.
somebody did it with
yeah.
SHAH-AMEER recently, and it really made me upset. And
What did someone do?
What
so
did they do?
somebody had wrote it into us, and they were like, "Hey, FARAS, Amber, and SHAH-AMEER, hey, can I just call you Shah?" And I was like, "No, fam, you cannot call him Shah. Nobody calls him Shah." Okay. Also, like, I'm over here speaking for SHAH-AMEER. You can go ahead and talk. But
Would you have cared?
Honestly, no. But like I have friends that just type Shah like through text, and that kind of bothers me because I know that like they could type the whole thing. I get it. Like it's easier to just say Shah.
Dude, your name is so annoying to type because for
Yeah.
everyone else, it corrects it and like we'll just auto do it.
Yeah.
But for yours, it always suggests something else. It doesn't ever put the dash in.
He
It's,
has 1,000
so-
nicknames though. So like if you called
Yeah.
him any of those nicknames, like I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
true.
that would have been fine too. So if you don't want to call him SHAH-AMEER and you don't want to type that out, then you don't have
Shimmer's
to say Shah.
fine.
You could Shimmer,
Like-
you could Shams, Shami,
Like,
Shami Kebab.
You don't have to cut it in half. Like
Yeah.
there's
yeah,
literally
but
1,000.
I mean, like people don't know that, and for a lot of people, they
Then if they
do
don't
go
know
by the
you,
short.
they should not be calling you a nickname.
Yeah, but like, okay, so to go back to the question, right? Like my name that a lot of, especially white people, white teachers, they would call me initially is Ferris. So that's the first thing they would go to, right? I had a gym teacher one time that like, I corrected it a few times, right? And I would always be like, oh, it's for us. And then they'd be like, oh, okay. But then he would always just say Ferris. And then at one point I was just like, it's like half the year. I'm like, all right, it's fine. He can just call me Ferris. Everyone in the class calls me Faras, right? Like they all knew that and they all call me that. But this guy, he's a lot older too. He just Ferris. I was like, okay, cool. It's fine. Like it's not a huge deal. If he can't get it right, whatever. I know people that like, you know, like their name's Jessica or something. Someone calls them Jess, and then they're like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Please calm down." Like,
I think the obvious ones, it's a little bit different.
actually, let me backtrack real quick. I know the thing that I'm talking about specifically. That person has like a bad history with someone who called them that, so it's triggering. So I get that, but at the same time, other people don't know that. That's my whole thing. Like. It's fine. Do whatever you want with your names, people. What's your guys' like? Or well, Amber, we already know, but SHAH-AMEER, what do teachers and people that don't
Some
know
people call me
usually
Shamir. Like that's the thing.
Shamir.
Shamir. But since I have a hyphen in my name, it's like they get it pretty well. Like they're like, oh, it's separated. Like it literally like says how you're supposed to say it.
I think the
Your name
Amir part.
spelling is the actual pronunciation.
Yeah. People mostly like know Amir. Like Amir is a common enough name that people know anyways. Like everyone always says Amir to my last name, like which is fine. It's technically Amir, but
Amir,
like Amir, like if they say that, that's fine. So interesting. Names are such a interesting thing. Like,
So what do white people call you, Frost?
I just told you.
Ferris.
I know, but like even now, like you're
No.
American,
Like once I corrected, then they know
Then they're
for
cool.
us. Actually, but
it's really
the
not that
interesting thing
hard,
is-
I guess. Your name once you do correct it, like once it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
us.
but what's
That's pretty
interesting
easy
is
to
like
say.
maybe because the area I live in, but because I live in like a white conservative town, it was always Ferris first, right?
Ferris Bueller.
In college, it was almost never like no one ever said Ferris. Like professors always said for us, and that was so weird for me because I was like, whoa, what? They know. I don't know if that's just like they're more culturally aware or what it is, but I don't know. I always found that interesting. I had a substitute once call me Ferrari.
Wait,
And
stop.
Yeah, no, literally. She's straight face. She was like, "Oh, Ferrari." I was like, "Okay, that's not even how it's like. How do you do that?" You
That's
idiot.
just disrespectful.
Right.
I'm over
okay,
here
well,
getting mad for you guys.
thanks for sending that in. I think brown people have the most interesting stories about their names, just because
Watch it.
it's hard to.
Yeah.
You know, we should do what Asians do, like East Asians. They're just like, "Yeah, I'm Jack. I'm Bob." They don't even go for. It'll be like Bob Chang. You
Yeah.
know. Like they just straight up go for the white name with the normal Asian last name, Bobby Chang. Like
Dude.
they'll just do that.
Oviedo's probably so mad right now. We're like mispronouncing his name.
Good question.
Gosh.
Amber, are you on Minder? What's
Okay.
going on? Are you on Minder?
Okay, listen,
Whoa.
guys.
You're on Minder?
Are you on Minder?
Listen.
She's on
Whoa.
Minder.
Listen.
Wait, I did not know this. Can we
Yeah.
see your profile?
No, listen, let me explain, okay? I have always been like, oh, like, I don't, like, I'm not even gonna look for a man till I'm 30, blah, 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 like, whatever, right? I'm not gonna look, he'll come to me type thing.
I like how
like-
Amber always has to like
Preface
justify
it, yes.
something
Yes,
before
I'm-
we
yes.
have
It's also
even
a story.
judged.
It's a story, so let me tell
But
the
I haven't
story.
even judged yet.
I'm not asking for your judgment. I'm telling a story. So basically, recently, I was like, I thought about it one time, and I was like, and I guess I'm like trying to fill a void of like, okay, like, do I want somebody? Like, I don't know. I'm in that weird place of like, do I want
Drugs.
somebody? Do I not? Very
was there.
in the middle.
You need a
Like,
drug.
yeah, I don't know if I need the drug or not. And so basically, I thought about it once in one day. And the second time that I thought about it, I was like, I'm not going to waste my time thinking about it again. I'm just going to do it. So I made it. I made the profile. And I was like, okay, cool. Filled it out, did the whole thing. Made it very much me, which...
Were you strategic? Like, oh, the first.
Hold
picture
on.
has to
For
be
people
this.
that don't know, Minder is Tinder for Muslims.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Muslim
yeah.
Tinder.
Yeah.
And so, okay, this is my thing with it.
What do you
was
mean you
that
made it you? Like, what did you put on it? What did you do?
I didn't,
Cardi
like,
B, Nicki Minaj.
I mean, no, I mean, like, I was very honest with who I am. I wasn't like, oh yeah, like, I put, like, the very religious setting up. I didn't, like, try to make it something I wasn't. And I was, like, trying to make it, like, you know who I am, so don't try to come at me later for it. Like, this is me,
Yeah.
accept me or not type thing,
Yeah.
right?
Like, you're just like, weights, twerking. This is me.
Oh my god.
Like, more like, loud, in your face, and yoga and weights. Yes, that was kind of the vibe of it, right? It was like, I am who I am type thing. And
Can you read your bio?
you guys really want me to read my bio?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right,
Read
fine,
it.
I'll read it. Okay,
Is this some
so-
like corny quote?
Just
Okay,
read it as
so
is.
my-
Don't try to.
I
Don't
won't- I
no, don't
won't-
preface
I
it. Don't
won't
preface it.
change
Just
it.
read it. Just read it.
my
Don't
short.
even
So
preface
there's
it.
two. There's a short greeting and then there's
Okay.
a more about me. Okay.
Okay, read the short one
The
first.
short greeting says, "Just trying to see if I can find someone cool with roasting each other for the rest of our lives." That
Okay,
was.
I
yeah.
like that. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
And
good.
then the bio is long, but you know, basically I said I like rapping lyrics to female rappers very loudly every single day so I can be annoying. But I also like making simple things in my life creative and fun visually on a daily basis, whatever, something like that. Then I said when I'm not in the gym or doing yoga, then I'm always, yeah, basically tried to say that I was like that and then that.
I don't like the basically.
Yeah, okay.
Not a fan of the basically.
I said, I like to surround myself with creative people, and I plan on continuing to travel for a few years with or without someone because, yeah. That doesn't mean I don't like spending time with my family because my love for them is unmatched. I'm very maternal and love my nieces and nephews as well as all children. I work with kids for 10 years straight and still occasionally do.
Wow,
So-
you're missing one thing.
What?
Where's the Ronald Pono at? Check out the YouTube channel.
Here's my OnlyFans. It's our Patreon.
I did put my Instagram in the bio, and
Okay.
in the first few days, I got like 60 followers from it. And then
Dang! Wow.
Bro,
Yeah.
new marketing technique.
Yo, for us, we gotta get on this, dude.
And then
Dude. Well, we just need Amber to do it. So this is our market. Amber, keep doing that, and then all the guys just, even if you don't like them, just swipe and then just send them Ronald Pono links.
Yeah. Send them Ronald.
oh, that's
If they say they like
genius.
reading and are intellectual, like TED Talks, and
Yeah.
listen to podcasts and strange flavors, just
Yeah. We'll get the
That's
toxic
marketing.
masculine guys on our.
So see, I did
As
the
our
exact
audience.
opposite of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't swipe on anybody for the first day. I literally sat there and I didn't swipe right on a single person. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I have to be doing something wrong.
why?
I don't know. Like, I just.
You didn't like anybody, or
No, I was just like, no. Like, just like, no to everybody the first day, right? Second day, I was like,
but on purpose, or
no,
did, you
I
just
genuinely,
didn't like them?
in my,
Oh,
like,
okay, you didn't
from my mind, I thought I was like trying, okay?
Okay.
They
The
were
second day,
unattractive.
here's the thing, okay? It was either like decent pictures, but then really, really weird bios, like, and then I'll get into that in a second. Or like good bios, but I wasn't physically attracted. It was like, I couldn't find anything that I was like, okay, like cool, right? And so I finally found like, I think the second day, because on the second day, I swiped right on 2 people, okay? Both of those people messaged me and I unmatched
Let me
them
see.
immediately. I unmatched them immediately. So as soon as they
Why?
messaged me like, hey, how are you? I was like, never mind, I changed my mind. And I just
'Cause it's
unmatched
scary.
Why?
them.
You got scared?
I don't know. I was just like, oh, nah. Like, never mind. And
Yeah.
then I was like, am I even supposed to be on this app? I think I'm in the wrong place because that was supposed to happen.
Was it
and I
because it
wasn't
like
supposed to
became
run away.
real at that point?
Maybe that's the reason.
Wait.
but I was like,
I want. What attracted you about them? Like physically, okay, obviously, but their bios, like what
It had to
did
be
it for you?
something like funny and not corny because I'll tell you guys in a second
Okay.
what the most common bios were, which guys really need to avoid. But
Just tell us right now.
no, I have a list of them. So, anyways,
Oh.
Oh my god,
on the third day, I was like, okay,
guys,
fine.
take notes.
There was one person that had a really, really, really good bio. Okay, and I'm gonna read it to you. And the short greeting said, "Salam to my future baby mom." To me, how do I react to that?
Amber, what the heck? That's what attracts you.
I was like, "Oh, that's fire." No?
Okay.
Okay, second thing was if you're not down to eat chocolate cake and watch Netflix all night and then hate yourself in the morning and go work out for 2 hours, I don't want it. I was like,
Okay, that fits you.
Yeah.
he can eat chocolate. He can eat chocolate. I can eat hot chips, and then we can both be sad about it. And then he
And
like,
work out, right? That was one of the things.
yeah, then go in the morning and work it off. And then he was just like, whatever. So then, this was one of them, and then all the other people who wasn't this person, I unmatched them down to this last person, right? And they messaged me. I'm messaging them back. I'm like very uncertain, but they're not pushy at all. So they asked me out to go on a date, and I went.
And that was the same day we
Whoa.
filmed the Pawn Star.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
This is
dang.
after.
Oh my god, yo, I wouldn't have even remembered that.
Yeah. So basically,
That would've been-
they asked to go get Thai, and so we went on the first date. And here's the first problem with Minder is that Minder guys, and if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry, but like Minder guys love to lie about their height. Like, I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how tall you are. I can't stress this enough. The guys will vouch for me. I don't care how tall you are, but don't lie about it. And so, yeah,
She
like,
doesn't.
so many guys that I know, like even in like personally, like lying about their height, shorter than me, putting 5'10", 5'11", whatever. This guy put 5'9", and I was like, "Are you really 5'9"?
What do you say, 6 foot?
No, he
Okay.
wrote 5'9". I said, "Are you really 5'9"? Because I'm 5'8" and I'm gonna know." And he's like, okay, well, like, you can see when you find out, whatever. So I come in person. This man is exactly my height. Like, and if I like look in a certain direction, I might be taller than this man. So then I was like, oh, like, it's fine, whatever. I've done worse. And so,
All right, don't say that's offensive to
wait,
the.
wait,
That's not too bad
worse.
though. I feel
Not
like that's not
worse.
too bad.
Worse wasn't the right word. What is the right word? I've done shorter.
Littler.
Smaller.
Literally.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. We go on the date, whatever. And tell me why this guy ends up telling me that his ex-girlfriend's name was not only Amber, but it was Amber Khan.
Whoa.
His last girlfriend's name was not only Amber, but Amber Khan. And I was like, did you do that on purpose? And he was like, I had no idea what your last name was till like yesterday.
Dang. Fellas,
that's-
never talk about your ex on the first date.
Yeah, I mean,
Never talk about your
said
ex
it-
on the first date.
The way he brought it up was like almost like he had something to tell me, like, hey, like, you know, you mentioned something earlier. I just wanted to let you know this too. Then I tell him to open. He mentions he has a Hinge, right? So I was like, oh, can I see your Hinge bio? Because Hinge bios are cooler than Minder bios. So he opens it up, and there's questions on Hinge, and it said, what is something that oddly attracts you, or something that I'm oddly attracted to, or whatever. And the answer was girls with curly hair. And I was like,
I thought I was gonna say
okay.
girls named Amber.
I know, right? And then randomly this guy is like, hey, by the way, my cousin loves Ronald Pono. And I was like, I'm gonna die.
Let's go. It's locked in.
go.
You better lock in.
We're getting
I was
Amber
like-
some dudes. Let's go.
And I was like, wait, you don't even know what Ronald Pono was? How do you find out? Anyway, he ended up telling his cousin he was.
Well, if they go on your Instagram, Amber, they're gonna know everything.
No, but he didn't know what Ronald Pono was. His cousin brought up. Apparently, his cousin took pictures with us at ICNA. I don't know.
Dang,
Anyway.
small world.
Right. Anyways, as we continue, that was cool. We ended up going on a second date, like 3 days later, and we just like, you know, did the same thing. We kind of just like chatted and ate and kind of just like had that type of mood.
I thought
and
you were
that
gonna
was-
say once the height thing happened, it was like
Game over.
it was over.
No, but okay. So this thing is, I guess, kind of ongoing, but also
Oh,
we
so you're
haven't
still,
met.
like,
We haven't met
vibing.
up. We haven't met up since then, but you know, like I get texts here and there, so it's cool. Whatever, right? I'm not like, oh my god, da da da
Yeah.
da da. So there's not like I'm like, oh my god, there's butterflies in my stomach, da da da. But you know, the biggest problem I have is I love collecting friends. So I'm like, oh, this guy would be a great friend. And every guy I look at, I'm like, oh, they'd be great friends. They'd be great friends. And I'm like, can I do that? Can I just keep collecting friends? Like, I can't be on Minder collecting friends. Like, this is terrible. This is not what I signed up for. Anyways, here's something that I have a problem with. So that's happening. That's ongoing. Separately on Minder, these are some things that I really need guys to stop doing, okay? One is lying about your height. Stop doing that. Second is lying about your profession. I know.
Okay, but real quick on the height thing,
Yeah.
I saw a thing that said that most guys like oversay their height and most girls undersay their weight. Someone sent that in our group, right?
It was
Sana.
Sana's story today, yeah.
I forget what the exact percentage was, but something about
But-
like guys do that and girls do that. So we don't really
To me-
know what
so
like
I get,
height
I
is
guess,
anymore.
but to
if,
me,
if, like,
I
everyone's
stamp
doing
my
it.
weight out there because I'm in the fitness world. Like, your weight isn't something that you're like, you know, oh my god, whatever. I'll say it out loud. Like, I'm 144 pounds. That's not something I'm like, oh no.
No, but the
about.
height thing for you is that you're like, I guess you're taller for a girl, so it needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be accurate.
Yeah.
It needs to not be wrong. And also, there's other people who are like clearly like 5'6", 5'7", that will write 5'11" on there. Like, do
Yeah.
you not know that that's bad? Like, that you're going
No,
to
like it
find
makes
out?
sense for you, but then some girls are like 4'9" and they're like, I need 6'5" at least.
Okay, that's too much.
Relax.
Relax.
Yeah. So okay, fine. Guys can lie about their height. Just don't do it with me. Don't swipe on me if you're gonna lie about your height. My height is right there. It's 5'8". But
Does it say
on
your
the-
height on there?
It does say my height on there. It says my height.
Okay.
It says my age. Yeah. Second thing that dudes lie about is their professions. one dude that I personally know, this man is a drug dealer. Put his
Like,
career.
actually?
The
He's
guy
a
you're talking
drug
about.
dealer. No. This is not the guy I'm talking to. This is like another dude who put it on there. He was
On Minder, they're a drug dealer.
No, and he's a real life drug dealer. On Minder, this man wrote franchise business owner.
Amber, he might be. Who's ever gonna put drug dealer on their thing?
Pharmacist,
But
dude.
come
It's
on,
easy.
like-
You'll get
that's
more
true.
And then-
matches.
Pharmacist, right? And
Street
then on
pharmacist.
top of that, like this person has recently, like, you know, a drug dealer, right? Tell me why his religious level was that very religious. So like, it's like,
He
come
could
on.
be.
He could be.
But I know him.
I mean,
But you don't know how religious
you're right.
he is,
You're right.
Amber.
You're right. His
Just because
relationship
someone's
with
not
God-
just because someone's not always practicing doesn't mean they're not all the way religious. You could be completely practicing, you could be doing complete wrong things, but if you have faith, if you have ultimate faith, there's no one that can tell you don't have it.
You're right. You're right. You know what? I was wrong
I like
about
this
that.
guy. Let me swipe on him. Send me his ad. Let's go.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize.
Ross
for my
probably
previous
trying to get the
statement.
girls' drugs plug.
Last thing, okay? And this is for you boys too. If you guys ever, you know, I know that Shamir, you mentioned on the podcast previously that you were on it. Let me tell you some of the corniest bios that I have seen, okay? Just trying to find my Jasmine to my Aladdin. No. If you're thinking of, no. Stop it. If
Hold
you're
on, hold on,
thinking
hold on,
about
hold on.
it, you need to stop.
Hold on. One of my bios was, I'm not Aladdin, but I can show you the world.
Isn't that but okay. That is like, I get what you mean, Amber, but I think the culture of those apps is to have those corny pickup
Yeah.
lines, no?
Yes, but when you see like 8 of them in a row, that's
Okay, yeah.
you're not standing out anymore.
Sure. Okay.
Like that is, I can't tell you how many people's short greeting is, oh, Aladdin trying to find my Jasmine. Oh, I can show you a whole new, like that type of stuff is like consistent. Okay.
Okay, tell us more.
Another one was, well, it's either me or your cousin.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Okay, well, if there's too many people doing
There's
it, then
too many people.
Just
okay.
It was funny the first time I saw it, and after that I was like, all right, come on. Another one was,
kinda funny.
I'll tell your parents that we met at the library. That one was another common one.
Yeah.
And what is that? Oh, hold on, I have it in here. Meanwhile, I don't think people realize, dudes. I don't think dudes realize like what they look like sometimes when they're doing this. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like physically. Like, I don't think these guys know what they look like.
No, like okay, some basic knows, right? Your main profile picture should not be with another female at a party with a red cup in your hand on Minder.
Okay.
And then also, if your religious level says very religious, and in your bio you write, I don't smoke and I don't drink, 2 out of 3 of your pictures should not have a Corona in your hand.
People
Really?
did that?
I'm dead serious.
Why are they putting Coronas in there?
They legit have Coronas in their hand and they write, don't smoke, don't drink.
My guy. Dang.
And
They could be holding it for someone.
Yeah.
in 2 out of 3 of the pictures.
Don't assume the worst, Amber.
Yeah.
And another one said, oh, and that same one said like, the one that said like that had like the Corona bottle in it said like halal meat only.
halal meat only.
Yeah.
Damn.
So-
Again, you could be somebody who is smoking and drinking, but you draw the line at the halal meat. You only
Yeah.
eat zabiha. You can't
Yeah.
eat anything else.
The
There's all
last
types of people
funny
out there.
thing that I noticed was that dudes actually are writing like, I'm looking for a second wife to join, or like
Wow.
to join me and my wife. And they even had a picture of him and his wife in their like
No way.
Yeah,
You should
it's
swipe
like-
right just like as a joke. Like, see what happens.
they're
You
like
should.
there's
Amber,
multiple
Amber,
ones
hold on.
of that.
Hang on. Let's do this.
Let's
Let's
make-
swipe on that and let's make a documentary.
Video. Yeah.
Oh,
Like okay, hey, I'll join your party, right?
What's the process?
But it has to be documented because I document my life. That's your condition. That's their condition.
Okay.
Let's see the work. Like, let's see how this really
And I'm gonna
works
have like camera
in
dudes
modern
walking
day.
around with me everywhere.
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us. We're the camera.
Yeah.
Like, we're vlogging.
Right.
It's going on the vlog, bro.
Yeah.
It's not actually a
It's gonna
documentary.
be
Honestly?
crazy. And see how it works in America.
I'm down. I'm down. Honestly, but in conclusion,
I wonder how
just
that
wanna
actually
say
works in
I am-
America. People are doing that.
Well, so
People
what
in
happens
Utah
is
do
they
that,
have
right?
a nikah.
It's not
So
legally.
they get the religious marriage, and they have a court marriage with the first wife, and then they only do a religious marriage with the second wife, and third wife.
Yeah, but
and
like-
fourth wife.
But I mean, none of that even, that's just legal stuff. But like, it actually like functions and works in their household. That's just so interesting to me.
And oddly enough, those all
They
of the
d-
profiles that I found like that, because there was multiple, none of them were Arab and none of them were Desi. They were all black. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if they're being serious or not.
And then I saw a whole
probably are,
uncle on
probably.
there, but also that's probably just a Minder doesn't understand.
Uncle?
There was a
What's your age
47
limit, Amber?
My age limit is 32.
Why does your age go that high?
32 or 33.
Why is it going to...
It
Amber,
doesn't. But
don't judge. He could have very well waited a long
Oh.
time. He could be, his wife.
no,
could
no,
have
no,
been
no, no.
deceased.
It's
You
it's
never
no, no,
know.
no, no. That's what
Probably
I'm
trying
saying.
to be a
is
sugar daddy.
I don't care. I don't care that he's on there. I'm more upset that Minder allowed that to happen. Like what? Like I have barriers set. My age range is 24 to 34.
Oh.
Dang.
Well, you know what? Us Desi guys, sometimes we
And
look
that's a
like
deal
we're
breaker. I
40
put that as a
when we're
deal
12
breaker.
years old. Okay. Some of
Maybe.
us grow hair a lot faster, a lot earlier in life.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know, and those rotis add up in the stomach, and some of us look.
It
like
tells you
uncles.
their age.
That's so interesting. That sounds so fun to me. Like I always have thought about how fun it would be to be on those
swipe?
apps, but
I thought it would be, but it wasn't at all. I thought swiping
It's
would
fun
be
for
fun.
like a
and
little
I,
bit.
And I,
It's fun. It's probably fun for like the first 2 days, couple days. But after that, when shit gets serious, it's like, all right.
yeah,
is
like
weird.
like just thinking about it kind of gives me butterflies in my stomach. Just like, oh my god, I wonder what's gonna like. You're dealing with real people,
Yeah.
so it's
Right.
that's so interesting. I
yeah.
don't know.
But in conclusion, I'm deleting the app. Basically, is what I was. getting at.
Amber, this is the best thing we've ever
on.
had for our marketing.
I
Do not
know.
delete the apps.
Okay,
60
I'll have it-
followers. Come on.
I'll have 48 more hours, and I'll do whatever you guys want on there. But then it's getting deleted.
Give me the sign in.
Can you
Just
like
let-
mess with brown dudes for like a video? Like make a video and just mess with brown dudes on Minder.
I
Like,
got
that'd be
you.
hilarious.
Amber, give me the sign in.
I already have the screenshots of the best profiles that I already came across.
That would be amazing.
We just roast them. Oh, that's so messed up.
I saw this I saw this
That's very
question
Cody
on
Poe.
I saw this question on Twitter. It kind of relates to I guess dating and stuff, but it said this is from Miss X Dimples. Miss Dimples, hey, question for the fellas. What is the male equivalent to buying a woman flowers? What is something simple and thoughtful that you have received or would like to receive from a woman you are dating? Something she can get you just to let you know she was thinking about you.
Please.
Whoa.
Isn't that interesting? The male equivalent. I think my sister sent me this, but
Do you
yeah,
have
the
an answer?
male. No, I don't. I'm thinking about it right now. The male equivalent to buying a woman flowers. All I can think of is like dirty
Like-
things.
I can think of
what?
like maybe sports tickets if like the dude is into sports or something.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
a
that's
simple.
expensive. Yeah, that's expensive.
That's not like flowers.
Yeah.
Like the
Wait,
joke
we're
that I
saying
see on
dirty
like
things
modern.
as in like lingerie?
No, well, I mean on the lines that
Like
like
physical
on,
things.
on TV, right? Like on all these sitcoms and stuff. Whenever the male does something that the woman likes, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like do this tonight," or like I'll see you, stuff like that, right? But I don't.
But you're gonna
it
get
says
that
like
anyway.
what's something
so
sweet?
like you need to like have something that you want to give.
Yeah, like an
sometimes.
object. Like what's something that you? I guess it depends on the guy, right? Like what if?
But for girls, it's universal. It's flowers.
Yeah, it's flowers.
Ladies,
yeah, you're right. It
if
has
you
to
buy
be,
me this junk right here,
what is that?
What is that? a bobblehead?
What are those called? Funko
Pop-
Pops.
Funko
Like,
Pops.
All the
are mutual
nerds.
fro-
If you have like a nerdy boyfriend or something, you just get him nerdy memorabilia. that's equivalent to flowers, right? Something cheap, $10.
There's definitely not that for guys though. There's
for
not
like nerds there are. For nerds, but for
no,
guys,
Yeah,
like
because-
something universal for guys that like how flowers are for girls. What is that
Yeah.
for guys?
'Cause
a
even
white
right
dude get
now-
him like beer or something like
Oh,
But you-
like white dudes would be. I think it
like
would be something like
wine,
that.
maybe. I don't know. No, not
Like
wine.
like a 6-pack that would be like for
Yeah.
white like
not that's not
Americans
romantic
and stuff.
though. That's not like hey honey, I got you.
No, no, it can, I
Coronas.
think it can be because if they're just like, hey, like to us, cheers.
Cheers.
Wi- wine might be it, but like, recently you're right about the nerdy thing because the meme I guess that's going around right now with the PS5 coming out is like, you know, guys like get or like girls, you know, you got to get this for your boyfriend, like you've been saving up, like that works. Like they're gonna get them a system, and that's just gonna make them happy.
Like
'Cause-
there's guys that are like trying to, you know, like suck up to their woman or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're like sucking up just to get the PS5. And
Because
then they're-
traditionally it could also be that like cars and stuff, but not even all guys like cars or are into cars. But if you think
Y'all
like
say
guys
that
stuff,
women are difficult, but
We are
men are
difficult.
difficult. Men are
no,
difficult.
no. Here's
Girls
the
are
thing
so
though.
easy. Just keep us fed and buy us flowers. Like we're so simple. Like
No,
there's so many things
no.
to keep us happy, and then guys, it's like
once,
Guys- no,
once you
because
know
guys
you're
don't-
once you know you're a guy, then it's easy.
that's what I'm saying. It's a very personable thing that you would have to
Yeah.
get for your guy.
No, getting a gift might, but again, if you know what the guy likes, it's super easy. The thing is, girls, like, the guys are always getting the girl something because it's like, oh, I like, oh, you were like, she's mad at you or something. Guys aren't like, I'm upset. I need flowers. You know what I mean?
I mean, flowers. Okay,
I need
guess
my
it-
PS5.
Like the guys are usually the ones that are, you know, they're the ones that are causing the headaches and the girls are complicated. Like, which is fine. That's
I mean,
usually how it works.
Ladies, just get me a PS5. I'll be happy.
Somebody buy this man a PS5. If you want SHAH-AMEER, just show up with a PS5.
I think honestly, girls are doing enough of a favor by just being with the guy.
Honestly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I
Like,
always feel that
they're
way.
gifts enough. Like, yo, circling around, they're the drug. They're just
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, but think about that. Like, guys, like, once you get a good girl,
yeah.
it's like,
That's enough.
like, isn't it? You know how, like white dads, I feel like do this a lot. But like when their son gets like a good girl, they're like,
Yeah.
that's my boy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're like celebrating that they were able to lock. Like I had a friend that recently got married, and his dad is like so happy because he locked down like a good girl. Like that's. I don't know if it works that way on the. I guess it does, but it's not like.
Oh no.
But they can always find.
not for a girl.
But like girls can always find. It might be hard, but like whoever they like kind of want, for the most part, I think that they can.
Because we're
I don't know.
thirsty.
I feel like
men
it's-
are thirsty. So.
Yeah, but like I think it's easier for a girl to be selective than a guy maybe, because for a guy it's like if you get a good girl, oh my god, like you've hit the jackpot. But girls
Yeah,
can
but
like
guys are like, for girls, right? Like, I feel like guys can get girls out of their league, but girls can't get guys out of their league.
okay.
But isn't there a thing
Yeah.
like girls kind of go for guys that are uglier than them, so it's like comfortable for them sometimes?
That's what I'm saying is guys can get girls out
No,
of their
but
league.
that's like the smart thing to do. But there's definitely people that don't do that and then end up in a bad situation. There's so many girls I know that like they'll go for someone who's like super attractive or like someone who has a really great occupation, traditionally especially, and then unfortunately like things end up not working out where like the guy ends up being like a douche or you know, something horrible happens where there's like abuse or something in the worst case scenarios. But
yeah.
I think if the girl is smart, then she'll get a good guy who not every girl is chasing. And guys have like a much bigger ego, so if you're good looking and you know it and you use that, then you know that you can pull a lot of girls, and maybe that affects you in your ego and therefore makes you a jerk.
Yeah, we're just speaking out of our ass, so we don't know what we're saying.
I read this meme recently that was like, me and all my single friends giving each other dating advice is just blind leading the blind.
Honestly, fact.
Like,
Fact.
none of
Yeah,
us know
it's
what
just-
we're talking about. We're just going based off of assumption here.
The thing is, when you get to know somebody, it's just like you really have to be willing to accept that they're like a whole different person with their own experiences, and like you cannot just get somebody to understand exactly what you're looking for and who you are.
Yeah.
In the same way that like you're not willing to always understand who they are, and like the things that mean something to them or don't mean something to them.
Yeah.
Like, relationships are complicated, I guess.
Relationships are depressing, actually. Now that we talk more and more about it.
Okay,
I
they're
don't-
not depressing. Like,
Well,
They're
the
awesome when they
process-
work
could
out.
be.
The
They
process
could be.
leading up to it.
The process, like, I have a few single girlfriends, and I promise you that this is a actual reality that, like, at some points in my life, like daily basis, they'll be like, this is the update with me and this man who have like basically nothing going, but here's a little spark that happened today, and I don't know what to think about it. And then we dive deep into that, and I'm like, fam, like, here's my biggest thing with pet peeves when it comes to like girls and discussing relationships is that oftentimes I see them discussing what the reality or like how the relationship will go before they actually start the relationship. And I'm like, why don't you guys just enjoy each other's company and like see how it works out?
Yeah.
Instead of like planning out a future and then deciding if you guys even want to
it's
be
fun
with each
though.
other in the
It's
first
fun though
place.
hearing that from like friends because, well, there's some people that just want the gossip, and then they want to tell you. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that," like on a serious note. Like we joke around about it, but it's fun hearing how like your friend might think or like how they're approaching a situation because there's like a lot of lessons in that, and it teaches you how people approach each other. And if they're good friends, if your friends are good, then they'll give you genuine sort of perspective from the other side. Like I think the best advice that I've witnessed from one friend to another is the advice that it's like, well, they might be going through this, or like, how do they feel and stuff like that, where you're not just being like, oh, I'm on my friend's side and my friend's always right 100% of the time. A good friend, I think, always challenges you and makes you think differently. So
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
good friends. If your friends are just yes men, yes girls.
Yeah, I mean, I think
there's
for
a
girls,
problem.
it's never a yes man, yes girl situation because
I think they're straight
least-
up, right? They're like, oh, this dude's ugly. Like,
no, I mean, even with them, like, sis, you shouldn't have done that. Like, that threw him off. Like, you can't be mad at him for doing that because you did that first. Or,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, I feel like we're very real with each other in that way. Because if you're not, they sometimes really can't see beyond what they are experiencing. And they'll be like, oh, well, there's, like, this and that. And I'm like, this is the biggest thing. If you're a female out there and you're, like, concerned about a man and he's, like, not hitting you, whatever. If a guy, like, wants to hit you up, he will. If that's all I want to put out there in the world. If there's nothing you learn from this podcast, there's nothing.
does it
you
work
learn
the
from
reverse?
today- no. I'm gonna
I
take
think
back
it's
my
different for
statement.
everyone. I think it's different
Yeah.
for everyone. I'm gonna say that. But
If a guy wants you, he'll say it. That's how I feel. Or like,
I think honestly, everyone's playing games. Like everyone's
Really?
in limbo. Like,
you just have to be like, it's corny, but you really just have to be yourself. If you feel like reaching out,
yeah,
or
like
if you're busy and someone's blowing up your phone, you got to be like, hey, like, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Like,
it should
I can't
be
talk
easy,
to you all the time.
right?
Or it should be that like, hey, are you free right now? I'd
Yeah.
love to like call you. And it's like a genuine, hey, I wanted to talk to you too. Like, let's talk.
I feel like
it should
if
be
the
fun.
chemistry is good, it'll
Yeah.
be easy. If it's
For
not,
sure.
then both of you are crazy or one of you is crazy, and
that
you
does
want that
not work.
crazy. I don't
like
know.
the
If
Minder
you
dude
hate their
right
friends
now.
though, like if you hate their friends, you're going to hate them because then you're dating their friends. You're not dating them.
The Minder dude that I'm talking to right now, the really cool thing is that, like, he's exactly how I am when it's, like, we're not, like, pushy about anything. We're not like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. We're literally like, hey, what's up? How's it going? If this turns into something, we feel like something's going, then we'll go with it. But I feel like people will telegram you and they'll be like, hey, like, I just want to say da 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 about you. And I'm like, fam, no. maybe that's just what I'm looking for. I don't want you to like plan out a whole future. Let the future plan itself.
Yeah. So to wrap up on this topic, Shamir, what would be the one thing for you that would be equivalent to flowers for you personally that your girl would get you?
Nerdy memorabilia.
Nerdy memorabilia, like the Funko Pops.
Yeah, like
or
I had a
video
friend who's like pretty nerdy, but his girlfriend would message me like, "Hey, what game does he play so I can get him this thing?"
Okay.
And that was like super sweet from me to like, you know, she's like asking her his friends like, "Oh, what team is he on playing in this game?" And I'm like, that is so like thoughtful. Like
Yeah.
that is the equivalent of flowers, I feel like, because it's just so thoughtful. And like you have to like research in specific with your friend.
Right.
So for me it'd probably be like, "Oh, he likes this movie. Let me, you know, buy him this movie."
Movie tickets. That would
Or
be
movie
cool.
tickets, yeah,
For,
like-
for you or something. Like, let's go experience this together.
Yeah.
The thing with video games is like, yeah, like it's nice, but like with flowers, they don't like, the woman's not gonna like take up her time and like just stare and be with the flowers. They're there, and every time you look at them and pass them by, it's like a memory that, oh, they got them for me. The video game is like, thanks, boom,
Thanks, bye.
like just go play with it. I don't know. I guess it's different.
No, but what I mean memorabilia, it's like, you know, like a character from the game or something, like a toy or something.
So that would be like, you know, you see it and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
like my girlfriend got me that, or my wife got me that, whatever.
Yeah.
Ross, is yours dark chocolate? Would that be yours?
Nah, I'd get the chocolate for myself. Just get me a nice like cold glass of water. Honestly, like that would be. Honestly, if I walk in the house and you just give me some water,
Yo,
oh my god, like I'll appreciate
she
that
gets
so
you
much.
the water and
Yeah.
you get her the flowers and you put the flowers in the water.
No, then
he
you
wants
just
to
took out my
drink it.
water. Then what am I supposed to do?
I was trying to make it poetic.
That was very cute though, Shami.
Or if it's like nighttime, a nice cold glass of milk. Oh my god, that would like really hit the
Okay,
spot.
but for us, speaking in terms of actually them buying you something, what would be your version of flowers?
No, like that would always. But I'm saying like chocolate would be always in the house and stuff. Oh, you got more chocolate? We already have enough. Like that's what I would be like. If you just get me the water, you could always use water. You could always use a glass
Water's
of milk. I
always
feel
in
like
the
that would be-
house too.
I'm being serious.
What kind
I'm
of
being
logic is-
serious though. No, but like someone got it for you.
Okay, so
Okay.
if a girl gets you water, you'd be like, "Oh my god, like thank you." Like, wow.
Yeah, like I'd be like, wow, like I didn't know I needed water. Like that was amazing. Thank you for getting me this glass of water. Honestly, I've had such a long day. I didn't even think about having a glass of water. You got this for me? It has ice in it. It's cold. What the heck? Who does this for people? Let me have
I
a
love
seat.
that.
Let me have a seat. I was gonna walk over to the fridge and grab a glass, put it with the fridge, wait for the water to fill up. You got that while I'm at the honey for me, babe.
Cute, very
What else?
cute.
Okay, I have
What
two
else?
stories, and
Okay.
it's probably gonna make this podcast pretty long, but I'm excited. First one's pretty
Okay.
short.
It's okay. I think people are enjoying.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
our
enjoying.
most popular podcasts are ones that people are just like, oh my god, juicy
Yeah.
dating.
Juicy date. We got the dating. Now we're gonna move on to something else, guys.
Oh.
I went to a birthday party like last weekend, and keep in mind there was
Are you 4?
What?
Are you 4?
Dude, it was like a nice.
Frost, you
birthday
literally just
party.
had a birthday party.
Come on. Okay, so there was
Who
5
calls
people
it a
there.
birthday party? Okay, go ahead.
It was a birthday. Okay, what do you want me to say?
Aw.
Okay, there's 5 people. 5 people there because of Corona and stuff. They wanted to like avoid.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 years old.
5
Okay,
people.
Okay. That's the last one.
There's 5 people. Okay, I only knew 4. I was part of the 5, so there was 3 other people I knew. Okay, this other person I didn't know, and so then it was a surprise birthday. So we surprised my friend, and I'm like, oh, there's like this extra person. I knew there's other people coming, but he was like, yo, happy birthday to my friend, and then he comes to me. He's like, dude, you look familiar, and I'm like, oh god.
The guy that you didn't know?
The guy didn't know. He's like, you look
Okay.
familiar. And he looked kind of brown, but he could have been like Mexican or something. Like, sorry, I'm judging, but he could have been Hispanic or Latino. I just didn't know at the time.
Right.
So I was like, oh God. And he was like, are you famous? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, I thought you were like somebody. And then
I thought you were somebody. You're nobody. Dang
he
it.
was like, no, but like you look familiar. And I'm like, nah, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then my friend comes and he's like, yo, do you watch like brown content? And he was like, dude, you're a TikToker. And I'm like, no, I'm not a TikToker. And then he was like, yeah, you're a TikToker. And I was like, I'm trying
Okay, hold
to,
on. Did you know what he was getting? Like, you knew what he was getting at, right?
I knew what he was getting at, but like, I'm not gonna say I'm famous, right? I'm just like, no, I'm not famous. Like,
Shamir
That's-
wanted to see how far this was gonna go without him saying it.
And then, so I wanted to test like how much he really knew me, and so then he was like, "Yeah, like you guys do the brown content," because my friend brought it up, and he's like, "You guys do the brown content," and I was like, he was like, "You guys are TikTokers, like famous TikTokers." I was like, he's like, "Rono Pono," and I'm like, "Oh my god, he knows, he knows, dang it!" And the whole time he was like, "Dude, like you're famous, you probably
Why
get, like,
dang it?
Well, I mean, it was like flattering. It was really flattering. But you know, he called me a TikToker, which is like not
Oh,
bad.
you're
but
offended.
Yeah,
was
Like
like,
he knows you
not
from TikTok. He
bad.
doesn't
I was
know the.
no, I was excited because I was like, "Yo,
Okay.
the work I've been doing on there is like working, right? Like this guy did
The
not
work
know,
I've been doing. On it.
like you know,
Yeah.
he like
Yeah.
they found out, but also like we're known as TikTokers, just like hilarious. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like
The fact that
dang.
it's TikTok or
TikTok.
not like a YouTube
Was he
or
like?
something.
Was he like? Oh, and then I saw this and this.
And
like
he
the
was
rest
like
of the party.
I'm not like judging, but he was like a super masculine dude. Like he was like giant and he had like tattoos. So I was like, this dude does not watch like YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. But then
That's cool.
Yeah. So
That's even cooler.
Yeah.
There's like sometimes when we go to events and like a really big dude comes up. You guys remember where was it? I think it was a Towson event. There was like a really big dude,
yeah.
and he came over from like another table. He's like, "What's up, guy?" I was like, "Whoa,
Oh,
this
yeah.
dude about to like beat us up."
He was a leather
And he was like-
jacket.
he was like, "Man, I love what you guys do." And he was like so high, and then he kept talking about it. He kept turning around. And he was like winking and like smiling, and like he was enjoying. He's like, "I can't wait till you guys go up." I was like, "Okay, don't beat me up."
No,
That
but
was
it was
awesome.
it was flattering because like it was just such a small setting, and I was like, what are the chances, right? Like that doesn't happen often. But I was like, dang, like I didn't even know if he was brown or anything, but it was cool.
That's nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next story is insane. I don't know if you guys will think it's insane, but for me, it's insane,
Sure.
and I'm still trying to figure it out. So I
You
actually
hyped it up.
I hyped it up. So I actually told Faras part of the story, so hopefully he remembers. But you know how like when we're young in like you know elementary school, middle school, we're like trying to be cool, right? Like some you know we're trying to be popular. What like how do we become popular? We have to like you know
That's everything in school. Like being cool is like the number one goal.
yeah. And so like we were
grade
talking about like sometimes we dress like this so that we can look like the popular kids, or we you know put our hair in this way to be the popular kid. And for me, I learned early on, like, I never wanted to be cool after this incident.
Oh.
Okay. And this incident,
This
you're
incident
going to
happened.
tell us now.
Yeah, this incident happened in first grade.
Okay.
Okay, so in
Damn, you were young.
I was young, so like I never wanted to suck up to popular kids after first grade. But before that, I was sucking up. Like, and most people do suck up all the way up until like job life and all that stuff.
Still sucking up.
People still suck them up.
You just never stopped sucking.
After first grade, I unapologetically became myself, and most of the time, and
Wow. Must
Wow.
be lucky.
I learned early. So in first grade, or second grade, sorry, second grade. In second grade, I just moved to this new school. There was this really cool kid, really popular kid. He would get all the girls. He would do backflips and shit, like in class.
Oh my
like,
God.
All the girls thought he was
Literal
so
backflips.
Wow.
yeah, literal backflips, like as a second grader. And I was like, dang, this guy.
It does not get cooler than that.
It does not get cooler than that.
Wow.
And he played soccer. Like he would wear, like he was just the coolest kid.
Damn.
All the girls found him attractive. So I was like, I'm in a new school. How do I like get girls to like me? How do I become popular? Like these are all things, and I'm like trying to assimilate into this new school.
Okay.
So what was very popular back then was this anime/game called Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, it's a very popular card game, right? And in this card game, there's this guy, and he comes in 5 pieces. These pieces you
Exodia,
get
right?
Exodia, yeah. So
I
these
remember.
pieces are like randomly scattered in like card packs you get. Like you can never
Yeah,
just
yeah.
buy the pieces. You
Like if you get one, it's like, oh shit.
yeah, it's like
he has
it's
Exodia.
literally the equivalent to Charlie getting the chocolate ticket, the golden ticket. Like that's how rare these cards were.
Yeah.
And so I bought, like a random card pack. It comes with like 10 cards, and I opened it up, and 9 cards out of them were like complete, like they were like terrible cards. The last one was a piece of Exodia. 1 out of the 5
Shit.
pieces. So I was like, holy crap, I got the piece of Exodia. So I've had this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm in this new school, and I'm like, how do I become cool? Let me
With
give
this.
this piece of Exodia to this kid. Let me give this.
That's
piece
the first thought you had?
That was the first. That's the only thing I had, bro. Like, I'm a brown dude
Okay.
in this school. Like,
He's like, that's what I have to offer.
Wait till he sees this guy.
wait till he sees this. I will be
Flips.
the coolest kid. My thing
Get
was
that.
like, if he's cool with me, then all these girls will be cool with me. Like, everyone will like me. So I was like, I have
You're going
to.
for the girls.
I have to earn
First
this guy's. I have to earn this guy's like, you know.
I thought
friendship.
girls had cooties in first grade.
I was early.
I was gonna say. I was really gonna say.
But so I go up to this dude and I'm like, yo, dude, I got a piece of Exodia. Like, I think you should have it, right?
Wow.
And he was like, no way, dude. Thanks. Like, he was super excited. He got this piece of Exodia. He's like, wow, that's insane. And I was like, yes, I locked it in. He's my friend now. I'm gonna be the coolest kid in the 2nd grade. And then we were kind of cool. We are like, yo, what's up, dude? Like, how's it going? And then after like 2 weeks, like, it kind of fizzled off. And then like after a month, it kind of fizzled off. We weren't like that cool. I had friends here and there, but like I wasn't the most popular guy in school. And so I was like, you know what? I want that card back because it was just so rare. So I asked him for it. I was like, yo, like, you know, I gave you that card. You like have it. I just like wanted it back. He was like, oh, sorry, I gave it away. I was like, you
Ooh.
motherfucker. You gave away my fucking golden.
God.
Imagine Charlie giving away his golden ticket.
Bro,
some
I've
dude.
never heard Shamir get that mad.
I've never
And it
heard
was so
you
quiet.
curse like that.
There's a second part to this. Wait, it goes on. Okay.
Hold on, real quick. I just gotta say, like, that's a dumb move on your part too. You're gonna
and-
give somebody a card and then ask for it back. That's so douchey.
And it was, and I learned from that. And ever since then, I never wanted to assimilate with cool people.
You can't give
I
a
became
gift and then ask
No,
for
no,
the
that's
gift
not. Yeah,
back.
I think the lesson here is not that part. I think it's that.
I know,
you-
but
no,
but
I'm
just-
agreeing with you, Frost, that you gave away a gift and then you're like, let me get that back.
it gets worse.
Yeah,
It gets worse.
Asking
I
for a
already
gift
know.
back. Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's a second part to this. All right. So I like this has this.
He's still so heated about this. Look at him.
this lesson has lived up to me. Like I like, you know, subconsciously like remember this. You know,
can
like
tell.
anytime I see somebody cool, I'm like, are you really cool? Because I'm cooler. Like,
Or do you just want my card to trade away?
You should keep the Exodia in your wallet at all times just to test that. Like the coolest guy in the room, you pull it out and be like, what do you think about this?
what do you think about this? Are you gonna take it and
Wow.
not give it back? No, but it
and
was
give
a
it
dumb move.
away. Not only keep it,
Yeah.
and
Give it away. He gave it away. That's what I was mad. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
even keep it. Like, he was just like, oh, thanks, dude. Like, he was super excited and he gave it away. Right? I was
Yeah.
really mad at that. Okay? So I remember what this kid looks like. And I was recently, this was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was watching a YouTube video. And this guy was roasting this group of YouTubers. And have you guys ever heard of the Dobre brothers?
No, the Dobre.
The Dobre brothers. Okay, so Jake
No.
Paul, he had like these twins. and
the
Isn't
foreign
that Dolan
ones.
twins?
the foreign ones, yes.
No, the foreign ones.
the
yeah.
foreign ones. He made fun of them for having like some
Yeah,
speech
yeah.
impediment, right?
I remember now.
So they became super popular.
That's
after-
them. They're the Dobre twins.
No. So they became
Oh.
super popular, and they have just have a huge channel now. Like, they're huge.
Okay.
I was watching a video of someone roasting the Dobre brothers and like their brothers. Like, they have other brothers. And I look
Huh.
and I'm like, yo, one of those dudes looks familiar, right?
No way.
No.
And
oh
I'm
my
trying
God,
to
I'm
co-
looking it up as you're talking, and
I'm trying to confirm, right? I'm trying to confirm. I'm like, did I give one of my pieces of Exodia to one of the Dobre brothers? Did I give this motherfucking
way.
piece
That's
of Exodia to the Dobre brothers?
Crazy.
So how do I confirm this, right? I'm like searching. I heard they're from the DMV. So I search up, where are they from? One of the brothers that looks familiar. This guy grew up in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Guess where I'm from?
snap!
Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Oh snap!
This guy
I'm
is the
done.
son of Olympic gymnasts. The backflips. Remember the backflips, guys?
Yeah.
I'm like, this
Really?
dude can fucking backflip. I remember he could
and
backflip.
and his parents own the
Black
gymnast.
This
And
parents
they're owner of the gymnastics academy in Gaithersburg.
in Gaithersburg. And his age, 1995.
Oh,
That is my age.
Oh my
Snap.
gosh.
His name. I
No
remember this
way.
motherfucker's name. His name was Darius. I gave a piece of Exodia
Yo.
to this piece of shit YouTuber. And he never gave it back.
And he gave it
Oh
away.
my god.
And I, like, there's no other ways to confirm it. If I knew what elementary school he went
Dude,
to.
it's him.
Yeah, it's
The
him.
flips,
The
the
flips.
Gaithersburg, the
like,
year-
1995.
and I think I don't know if he's getting his karma because everyone hates him, but, like, he's getting a shit ton of
So
money.
it's
'cause he
not
has
one
so
of
much
those two boys,
No, it's
but it's
the
his
older
older
brother.
brother.
Yeah. And he looks just like that. He was, like, super cool back in the day. He was doing flips. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this dude taught me a life lesson. Like, maybe
It
I should
does
thank him,
say-
but maybe I should also punch him in the face when I see him.
Yeah.
No. He should punch you in the face.
Oh,
You took the L.
you
could-
did take the L.
If some kid who gifted me something
Yeah.
asked for that thing back, I'd be like, what kind of who does that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
He
I
has
wouldn't be friend.
1.4 million followers on Instagram.
What part are you heated about?
I just want my Exodia back, dude. And he gave it
better
away.
get that back.
He
You
gave,
better get that back.
Look, he gave away my gift.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the worst part.
That's bad too.
People give
I don't
away
care
gifts
about
all the
asking it
time.
back. I don't care about asking it back.
People
he gave away.
re-gift all the time.
He gave a piece of Exodia, dude.
yeah, that's
It's a piece
rude.
of Exodia. It's
You did the equivalent of signing a deal with the devil. You knew that Exodia was worth a lot, and you took your chances and you gave it to gymnastic backflipping girl getting Dobry brother older brother, and
if
it
he
didn't
kept
work
it-
out for you because you took the deal away.
if he
You
kept,
you violated your terms,
I did. But if he kept it, I would be like, okay, that's fine.
and now he has the clout and you don't.
He has the
Ooh.
clout. He has the clout, and I don't.
That's
But
that's
guess
what you're
what?
heated about.
Guess what? I have my respect. Right? He's doing
Wow.
YouTube shit, trying to blow
Well,
up and stuff.
Shamir, you're talking about him on our podcast, and he's talking about what is he talking
Well,
about?
guess what? I also brought the double-edged coin. I was like, I learned to be myself after that encounter.
Is there a double-edged coin?
Double-edged
Nope.
sword, whatever
That's
the
not a thing.
term. Double-edged sword.
Uh-huh.
I learned to be myself after that. I said, I don't have to be cool to anyone. I'm just going to be myself now. I don't have to suck up to anyone. I don't have to do anything. And after that dude taught me that.
Dude, that's but honestly, like that, for that life lesson to have impacted you since the first grade and play
Right.
out your whole life, and now seeing like that same thing at this age, like that's crazy.
It blew
that
my
still
mind.
exists. Like that part of your memory
I'm trying to
is
find his kid
is
picture.
is here and alive again. That's
Yeah.
like watching a show when you're little.
Is this him?
Dude, that's like 2. What am I supposed to do?
Does it look like him?
Honestly, his older self looks closer to him than what I remember. But what's insane, yeah, like the thing is I've seen him before. Like I've seen him multiple times on other YouTube videos, whatever. But like just a week ago, like I'm
Just
like,
clicked.
wait,
It hit you.
his name and then like his face, and I'm like,
You had a brain blast.
wait, what the heck? This is insane.
You should,
That's
you
crazy
should
that
tweet,
you put that
You should tweet
together.
at him. Like you know how there was the thing of the people that were tweeting Jake Paul, and they were like, "Hey, you bullied me when we were in the 5th grade." You should be like, "Hey, you taught me the most important life lesson in first
Whoa.
grade."
No, that's the bitch move. When I'm getting an Oscar or Grammy or
Shamir
something
has
like
never
Oh my
cursed
God.
more than
Yeah, he's
this
literally
story.
never cursed more than,
Shamir
like, right
doesn't
now.
curse like this, and this story really has him feeling some type of way.
when I get that, Oscar, Grammy, Emmy, whatever it may be, and like he like comes up to me or something, he's like, "Yo, dude, that's crazy what you did." I'm like, "Dude, give me my Exodia back, bitch."
No. What if he's the one that gives it to you? You know how like there's the people that give the award, and then you're like, and then he gives it to you, and you're like, hold on, let me give this to someone else. Remember me?
Yo.
Remember me? He's gonna be like,
That's
no.
crazy.
Remember me? I'm waiting for
Man.
that full circle moment.
You need to
That's
tweet
when
him.
I'm
Do
gonna
you-
tell him. No, I'm not tweeting him.
When
That's
are
a
you-
bitch move.
When do you
I
forgive
said-
him?
I mean, like, honestly, I already forgave him because he taught me this life lesson. This life lesson means more than the
I mean,
Exodia
you've
case.
called him a MF-er, a B word, like a lot for me to feel like you actually forgave him. Because
Amber,
this feels like powerful feelings.
Amber, I'm an actor, and I'm a great storyteller. These things have to be implemented into the story for it to be good.
You're an amazing actor and storyteller.
This is like the best side of Shimmer I've ever seen.
And sorry, the audience, if you saw this dark side of me. I'm just asking. No hard
I
feelings.
love the apology too.
Darius Dobre.
I didn't want to have to
my
go there,
Exodia
guys, but you know, it gets me heated. All right. Like
Oh,
this is the
yo,
fiery snail mode that comes out.
If my future partner gets me the piece of Exodia instead of the flowers. we could.
Bro, I remember, first of all, I hated Yu-Gi-Oh when I was little. And I saw that you could get fake cards that looked just like it, and I knew plenty of people that had fake cards that sold them. Like,
what?
You could get a fake card.
You know, I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards not because I like playing them, but because my brothers used to like playing them, and I just wanted to be like them so badly. So I used to buy them too, and then I'd buy them and give them away. But that was it. Give away the good ones.
I'm
hoping
impressed.
people would also
I'm
be my
impressed
friends.
though that you were able to learn that lesson that early on. I think there's always been throughout like grade school a part of me that was always kind of dying to just be myself, but I couldn't achieve that till like high school. It was like, and I remember like I think freshman year or something, that was the worst because it was like you're going in and everyone is so far into their cliques. You're like, where do I fit in? And sports was a huge thing, and I was like, all my friends played lacrosse, and I was like, you know, like especially the area I'm in, like people are very like, you know,
White.
White, not white. They're white.
They're white.
And so lax was like, everyone was playing summer lax since they were like babies.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, like I need to be a lax bro. And it wasn't even about playing, it wasn't even about playing lacrosse. It was about, you know,
The
wearing
title,
the lacrosse
status.
stuff and like just that. Exactly. Like there was plenty of people on the team that didn't even like really play like that. But, I think like after, like there was like a mini like initiation thing that like they were having. I was like, I just want to be a lax bro. I don't even want to like try out for the team or anything. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, let's do it. And like there was, like I just wore lacrosse gear like for a day or something. And they were like, okay, cool. You're in. And I was like, okay,
Wait,
but
so
like,
were you a lax bro?
yeah, like that was the quote like initiation or whatever.
Yeah.
But I hated that so much. I was like, how, like, I don't like this sport, and like I wanted to be a lax bro, and then like when I really
At
started
least you
putting
got
my
accepted. Jeez, like you guys are out here living my best lives. Like I mentioned to a friend in one class how cool it would be to be homecoming queen, and then it went around the school how ridiculous it was a thought that I even thought that I could be homecoming queen.
Damn.
Like, not people are like, oh, you want to do that, so let's help you. No, they were like, that bitch is crazy for thinking that she could even do that. And I was like, damn, I just said it to a friend that it would be cool. Like,
I actually got that,
okay,
Dang.
all right.
but I didn't.
All right, homecoming king.
No, but I didn't even go. Like,
Dang.
well, I left. I went and then I left early. But I remember I was there for the first one. I got the fall. What's it called? It was like the spring formal Prince, and then the homecoming thing.
You got two?
And I didn't. No, but I didn't go to the. So I think you know my friend Riley. I think he actually got it. Because which is pretty dope. But like, it wasn't about. So your story is a little bit different because it's about like bullying and stuff. For me, anything that I set my mind to, like I knew that I could. Like if I saw wrestling and I was like, that seems so cool, and I was like, I'm gonna go super hard at this, and like I actually wanted to wrestle, like I actually wanted to do the sport and stuff, and you know, with stuff like that, when I set my mind to it, I'm able to do it in that way. But with the thing that about the lacrosse thing, why I hate that so much is because I didn't even want to play. I just wanted to be in
one of
the
them.
exactly. And like from that point on, like when I started putting out my art and like being more cultural about things, people thought that I was so much cooler at a point where I just did not even want to be cool. I didn't even want to be like, I thought like being an outcast was cool at that point when there was a lot of people that were still trying to fit in and stuff. And I would see that and I'd be like, wow, I'm so glad I'm not that anymore. Cause like, it's just so, it's so annoying. Like, the things that you value and the things that you sacrifice, like imagine, if you put your mind to other things in that. I just always like have this feeling about high school that there's so much time being wasted, and it's fine because there are great memories as well, but you truly have time like nothing else. When you get older, you realize that you have so many more responsibilities and stuff. You have like no responsibilities when you're little, and you think that you do, but it's really not that much. You think that like, oh, being on this sport, like this team and being a part of certain things and committing to your friend groups and all that is like a huge thing. What, you're laughing because I'm going on a rant again?
Yeah.
And I said I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll end it there. Like, it's so not important. And you realize later, there's still people though that think that like they peaked and they still talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
And if I see that and if I hear that, I'm like, I'm just grateful that that's not how I think anymore. Not
I'm
because
glad
it's
that
like
being cool was such a far-fetched idea for me that I couldn't even begin to even want to achieve it. It was just so far-fetched. It was like, let me not even try. Like I was, but the thing was that I never like tried to be cool either. Like sure, I like wore what I wore, but me and my friends, we were all not popular. But I couldn't have been any more happy with my friends in that part of my life. And if anybody was saying anything about my friends, I don't care how cool they were, I have their back. Like somebody, like my best friend in high school, she was a white girl. Somebody took a picture of her in yoga pants and tried to post her online and like say some like weird stuff about it, like, oh, like why even wear them like this, whatever. And the girl who posted it was popular, and I was like, yo, you gonna need to back down because that's my friend and that's not cool. I don't care who you are. You're not about to treat my friend like that. And I really like got her to delete it and like and she was doing that as like a trend, like taking pictures of people in school, posting online, doing that thing. And I came at her like, yo, you're really being just rude to people. Again, she's popular. I wasn't, but I got her to stop doing it altogether. So like, I'm glad that it was so far-fetched for me because I was so happy and content with like everyone that was around me and making the best out of it. And even though not everybody stood up for me, I was always like standing up for them because they were my friends and I appreciated them for being my friends.
I admire that because it takes courage to go against, especially if you're among the popular kids. You don't want to lose your spot.
Yeah.
And like you won't say anything. And the bystanders are the worst. And now I realize all the people that weren't popular are my favorite people from my high school. And all the people that were are my least favorite.
Facts.
Yeah.
And like, it's so cool to see that they weren't worried about being cool then. And they were probably doing such cool things. Like they were actually building these things. They were talking about things like stocks and, you know, Silicon Valley and like all these things that you would look at and be like, oh, what, like nerds and stuff. And what were the cool people doing? Hanging out and drinking and like drugs and whatever. And it's just like when you realize at this stage in your life, the people that are doing that are wasting time and the people that are investing and growing and educating themselves are so much cooler. It's like, man, like, wow, those kids figured it out early.
Yeah. Not to flex, but I went to my 5-year high school reunion. And like 2 years ago. And like, I was the most popular guy there.
No way.
Really?
By being me. Like, I never was, you know, changed myself. Like, all of them were like, yo, like, how's this YouTube life? Like, oh my God, dude, that's crazy. I remember I made this video with you. And, like, I remember, like, all these flashbacks came. And I was like, wait, I made a video with this person, like, for a school project. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I've always
Wait, did
been myself.
Yu-Gi-Oh Boy show up?
No. Yu-Gi-Oh! He left like 4th grade.
Oh, he was okay,
which is crazy because like he like left the whole school district or whatever. So I don't know where he went after that, and he probably stole my Exodia and left. But no,
he probably gave it to somebody in a different county.
Yeah. So he tried to run away.
I love this conversation because the whole lesson here is I think the coolest people that we've come across that like I'll say for you guys too. You guys are so cool to me because you're so yourselves, and I can't just find another person like that. And when you have those people in your life, it's irreplaceable and it feels so good and it makes you want to be yourself even more. Or you see them and you get inspired to be better, to be more unique, to do more. And yeah, the lesson here is truly just like be yourself, and you'll run into people that are exactly what you'd want to be seen as.
Yeah. And don't use pieces of Exodia to win friendships.
Yeah.
Also, don't ask for gifts back.
Yeah.
It was a rare card, dude.
Can I really quickly tell you the worst thing that I ever did to fit in with the popular people, because it just came back to me.
Yeah.
There was this high school project, right? It was like a Spanish project or something. And I got paired up with the most popular girls in class. So I had to go to their house and I had to record a video with them and then, edit in whatever. So I was like, these were all white girls, right? And I took my mom's face powder, and this is probably like some self-hatred stuff deep down, but like I took her whitest.
You fair and lovely'd yourself?
I took the lightest, whitest face powder I could find and caked my entire face with white powder. Like really,
Amber, you white-faced?
Oh my God,
white-faced
Amber.
hardcore.
Canceled.
And I legit showed up, and they're like, "Oh, you look different." I was like, "Yeah, this is like my." I was like, "Yeah, this is like my actual skin tone."
Amber.
Yeah.
Honestly, that story hurts me.
Yeah.
Like, I really hate hearing stories about that. Like, the extent that people go to be accepted. It truly, like, I feel so...
Because I just knew that these girls were white, and my biggest difference from all of them was that I was brown. Like, that was really the only, like main difference was that I was brown. So I was like, what will make me be similar to them? If I'm going to their house and I'm going to be around them, like, what can I do to be more them? Just change my skin color to be like them. Like,
as a parent, I think that's what would like really hurt me a lot. If I found out that my kid was trying so hard to be someone that they're not, and I already know that I'm just gonna just like be obsessed with my kids because I just like, I don't know, I just like, it's so cool for people to be themselves and like how much they're capable of, and they would sacrifice those things for other people. Guys, please don't ever do that.
yeah.
Please, if your friends are doing that, your family's doing that, accept people and show them that you love them. Even if you don't agree with them, at least show them that you love them. I'm serious, bro. Like, that hurts me. I hate stories like that.
Yeah. I mean, but also, like, you guys know, like, when, for example, that was my version of, like, wanting to be a lax bro. Like, I was like, oh, like, I want to be, and not that I was trying to, on a day-to-day basis, no, I wasn't trying to appeal to them, and I wasn't trying to be like, oh, yeah, but, like, in this situation where I'm going to be one of 4 people in a room, and I'm going to be the only one different, and I'm already, like, not on their quote-unquote level or status, what can I do to be like them? Then that's my skin color. I'm going to do that. And I straightened my hair every single day in high school. It wasn't until college that I let my curl shine.
Amber is a white facer and SHAH-AMEER is a gift asker backer.
No, it's called an Indian giver, but I think that's politically incorrect.
Wait, really? That's the term for it?
It's called Indian giver. If you give something and then ask
like,
for it back.
Like Native American Indian or like
No,
South Asian Indian?
I think it's a South Asian.
They
I don't
do that?
know.
We're known for that?
No, but it's called
They
an Indian
re-gift.
giver. No, it's called like, here, if you Google Indian giver, that's what shows up, Indian giver. You never heard of that term?
I never heard of that term. I know that people in
Indian
our culture
giver is
they
an
just re-gift
American
a lot.
expression used to describe a person who gives a gift later and later wants it back, or who expects something of equivalent worth in return for the item. It is based on the cultural misunderstanding that took place between early European settlers and indigenous people whom they traded with. Oh, so it's like a Native American
Yeah.
thing, like,
Oh wow.
oh, you gave us your land and now you want it back? Maybe?
Dang.
That's crazy.
Very interesting. I know people in our culture, they just like, oh, we got this crock pot. Honey, why don't you wrap that up and we'll give it to the
Yeah,
housewarming party that we're going to
regifters.
next.
Yeah.
We're regifters. We're Indian.
Yeah.
You can use Indian regifting as a term very openly. All right, y'all. Let's end this podcast. I'm glad we got to do this. We haven't done a strange exchange in a while. If you like these, let us know.
Yeah, this was fun for us, this episode.
It is. It is. It's a lot of fun. This was our 124th episode of Strange Flavors.
Cute.
We love you guys. Thank you for all the support, and keep the questions, the comments, and all that coming. All right. Thank you for listening to another episode of Strange Flavors. It's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, God, I'm sad.